Yeah, we're just going to start this episode by saying Arteta's safe.
It's a week-to-week league.
He's keeping his job for at least another month. However, we got some things to talk about.
We do.
Kick it off like a ball. You are now in tune to Top Bins Volume 25.
25, quarter of a century.
I go by the name of Fully. And I got my main man, JC here. Jordan Commissiong, a.k.a. Mr. Parlay pays me.
It's been a pretty good week for me.
Oh, you hit a few parlays.
Yeah, I hit a few. The cards are running hot for me. Ooh. I haven't hit one tonight. I'm a little bit of a heater. I'm starting to get hot again. I hit a Champo cards.
Who?
Championship. Just picked a double. Had the Burnley, just checking the bet now. It was, Oxford United Burnley. Hannibal and Cameron Brannigan to get booked. Both got booked.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
I've never heard of either one of those two, but thank you for contributing to Devon's college fund. We're missing one tonight.
It's under the cost a bit. Not pressure.
I don't know.
Have they bottled it? I don't know. Is that hourglass for Kyle? Time ticking or what?
It could be.
Could be.
I have no idea what this hourglass is for.
It is
but
really
it was
cool,
in
though.
the studio,
Yeah,
so
it's
I'm
really
going to use
cool.
it. It's 60 minutes.
Please don't break it.
Rusty would be.
I know. That would suck.
But yeah, Lighty's out tonight. He is, what's Lighty doing? He's got a game. Practice match. So yeah, Lighty had a tough weekend, but we're going to get to that. We're going to start with best 25s.
Yes, because they're awesome.
And I tell you what,
there's some killer ones in there.
And there's one, if you don't mention it, we're going to have problems.
We have to go back. I've had some complaints about my numbers, but hey, it's hard coming up with them. But I mean, some of these are going to be pretty good. I'm actually going to throw some randoms out there.
Throw them out.
We're not talking any Prem Bowl because there's FA Cup this weekend, so we've got a little bit of time. Talk some randomness. But I'm going to start it off. Some number 25s. One of my favorite, who would be great.
Wait a minute.
As a wingback.
Hold on. It was the FA Cup where?
No, I'm saying there's no Prem this weekend.
Oh, this weekend. Yeah.
No,
go ahead. Sorry.
That's fine. Top 25s. One of my favorite would be great in this new system. A great servant to Man United. Antonio Valencia.
Oh.
Number 25.
One of the best things Fergie did in his later years was move him from a winger to a
he was a
right
really
back.
good right back. He scored some good goals. Was the skipper at United too?
Yeah, towards the end.
Yeah, he'll be good in this system. One of my other favorite number 25s, one of your favorite number 25s, Kanu.
Oh.
Preach.
Good Lord.
What a player.
That boy was deadly.
What a player. The hat-trick at Chelsea is an unbelievable hat-trick.
Beachy from Dandytown actually scored a Kanu. I don't know if you ever saw it. It was in the Champions League, maybe Real Sociedad or Malaga, where it's a punt over the top. He takes a touch into the box, and then he doesn't actually touch the ball, but he body feints.
Oh, really?
And the goalkeeper dives, and he just lets the ball roll around him. And Beachy scored one like that against Cougars last week for Town.
No, Kanu, unbelievable footballer. Peter Crouch?
Second half hat-trick against Chelsea stands out.
Peter Crouch gets in there.
Yeah,
very good
Crouchy,
footballer.
Crouchy.
For his size, unbelievable.
Scored some buttes,
He
too.
did score some buttes. Another one, Gianfranco Zola.
Yeah.
What a player.
Yeah, he
What a
has
player.
to be in there.
25 is an actual underrated number.
You're missing one, though.
I'm not done.
Okay.
Fernandinho wore 25 as well.
Fair.
Emmanuel Adebayor. Good player. Stop it fully.
No, I have no issue.
Celebration still hurts. We're going to talk about over celebrating too.
I
this
have no
episode.
issue with Adebayor. I mean, the celebration was just dopey. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Thomas Muller, great player.
Yeah, he's still playing for
Still
some
playing.
some way.
I think he should hang up the boots. But he's a great player.
I think he should come play in the Premier League because he'd score 4 goals every year against
He is
Arsenal.
a super finisher.
But whatever.
Still going. Nakamura, underrated player for Celtic. Scored that unbelievable free kick. It's kind of a Celtic legend. And then a few more. Quentin Fortune, nice player at United, wore 25. Joe Hart wore 25.
Yeah, he did.
Good keeper in his day. Pepe Reina
Wore
wore 25. Am I still missing who you're thinking?
You're still missing one, bud.
Carl Jenkinson, that's him there. He wore 25.
Not Carl Jenkinson. Arsenal legend, but not Carl Jenkinson.
Nah, you go. I don't know. Who am I missing?
Me.
Oh, that's you. Of course. How could I miss that?
Yeah,
How could I miss that?
I need the sound effects of the crowd cheering. 25, my whole career in goal. Even 25 when I scored.
Wow. Well, you're in some good company. Joe Hart,
25.
Pepe Reina, some good keepers.
Yeah, I feel like they knew I wore 25, so they wore it in my honor. But
no, I want to say one more actually. Mohamed El Neni.
yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Does he even still play?
I don't know. But I do want to say, for the listeners that are been rocking with us for 25 episodes, I know that's new for a podcast, but on the local Bermuda scene, I think 25 episodes is it's a little bit of achievement. So again, we don't have the sound effects, but we would be a clap right
Cool,
now.
yeah, little golf clap. Little golf clap. We can do the golf clap. So we thank everybody that's tuning in, old listeners and new listeners, because every week somebody stops me, say, hey, you listen to the podcast, love it, hate it. I haven't actually heard any I haven't heard it.
I had a lot of critique, which I think is nice.
I've had constructive
criticism. Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate every single one of you tuning in.
Yeah. We'll keep going as long as you keep listening.
So let's kick it off. When we left here last week,
it was a late episode last week. If you don't know, we usually record Tuesdays, undisclosed location, even though you probably know where it is. We record Tuesdays. Last week we had to record at 9:30, a late one.
Yeah, Mr. Magic.
Yeah, Mr. Magic was shelling it down. So
Lady was busy on Tuesday, so we had to move it to Thursday.
And when it's Thursday, it's late. But we get it done. We
give the fans what they want. That's what we do.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're here. Let's go back. We had just done the Champions League review and previewed the weekend in England.
Yeah, some crazy fixtures this weekend.
Bro, what a crazy weekend.
And
crazy weekend all over, actually, if you look at some results from Europe.
You called it, and this is where you know bowl, sir. Espanyol, Real Madrid. It's a difficult place to go for Real Madrid. Espanyol 1-0 just blows open La Liga again. It's a hell of a title race in La Liga.
It is, and Atletico Madrid won also.
They won, yeah.
So
I think Barca won as well, did they?
1-0.
1-0, tight game, yeah. So slowly, they're still a little bit ways behind, but it is a tight title race. But you called Espanyol beating Real Madrid.
Yeah, and it's nice to see the Barcelona fans have to acknowledge their, I don't know if they're the noisy neighbors, their annoying neighbors,
exactly.
their hated neighbors, but they did a solid for the big team.
Definitely.
But in England, I don't know how many of you woke up to watch this game.
No.
But Nottingham Forest last week went to Bournemouth and got absolutely smashed. Now, it was 5-0 Bournemouth.
Could have been 7.
Could have easily been 7, maybe 10.
Yeah.
You would not have been able to convince me that after their next game,
over
the course of the two, they would have a goal difference of plus 2.
Yeah.
Brighton came up to Forest, and you said they need a result. They need a bounce back. They need to, get back on the ship. Lighty said they could get a little unfocused because
feel like summer holidays.
Right,
yeah.
They're safe. All right, bad result. Who cares? Blah blah blah. Well, I don't know what Nuno said to Forest.
Yeah.
And
I asked Lighty sometimes, do you get smashed? Is it a hard week of training? Maybe it was for Forest because
I don't know what it was. Nottingham Forest won 7-0.
Unloaded on Brighton.
Perfect week to talk about it because it is Super Bowl week.
It is. Shout out to Dean, who I was just saying I was going to give him a shout out. Because anytime you beat a team 7-0, you get a shout out. Shout out to Frankie Brewster.
Frankie Brewster told me, talk about that. Because when I hit him up last week.
Well, you can get your flowers. We're giving you your flowers now, Frankie.
So we're going to give you your flowers, Frank.
We also need some merch. We're thinking about some Top Binge jerseys, Adidas. We'll talk about it.
I don't know. It's hard to get the classic. I don't think you can get the classic Adidas.
I'm looking at the teamwear. There's some cool teamwear we could do. It's actually a red, gold, and green teamwear strip. But we'll talk about it.
Frankie, we'll be in the pro shop soon. So, help us out the best you can, as you always do. We appreciate that. But yeah, jerseys would be cool.
Jerseys would be cool.
Yeah. Forest, I woke up and Forest were 3-0 up just before halftime. I said, well, this game's over. And then I went about my morning. And it finished 7-0.
7-0. Chris Wood hat trick.
Brighton in trouble.
Yeah.
Brighton are playing themselves into trouble.
It looks like. I don't think they'll go down, but I could see them sacking the manager. There's some things in that game. I watched Match of the Day, and like Matoma walking off the field. There's something not right at but I say that Brighton only won 5-0 a couple weeks ago. So, it's a strange strange.
I don't know
result.
if you can think of any teams Brighton have beaten recently. Can
Beat
you?
Man United.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Brighton always beat us. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, 7-0.
Is a
So shout out to the Forest fans, Dean, Frankie Brewster, Neil Painter, because that is an absolute hammer. Imagine driving back. I hope they
it's a
had
long
to
drive,
drive.
too.
I hope they didn't fly.
No, they definitely
drive
drove.
all the
They
way
took a
back
bus.
down there.
That's a long.
It
That's
was
a
a
long drive.
rumor that Brighton turned down 90 million from Saudi for Matoma. If that's true,
That's crazy.
that is absolutely insane.
Insane, especially you're Brighton. You
Matoma's not what
you
he
find
was
players
2 or
all
3
the time.
years ago.
Yeah, he's not. No, he's not.
That's insane.
That's insane. If true,
If true.
allegedly.
Allegedly. My boy Coop was at Brighton today.
Was he?
Yeah, with the Palace, or not the Palace, the
QPR.
QPR under 18s, I
Okay.
believe.
Shout out, not shout out, but Alanga's having a nice season. Ex-United player. I think he's up to like 8 assists.
Yeah, he's rapid.
He is rapping, and it looks like his final ball's gotten better. He got 2 assists this weekend for Chris Wood on a plate. So those two are linking well. But yeah, 7-0 Forest. Brighton. Is that a bad day at the office? Like, well, we know it's a bad day. Is it? Do you think it's a one-off, or I guess we'll see the next game? But
Hey, if you can't bounce back from getting whopped 7-0,
yeah,
I mean, they won't get relegated because there's 3 horrible teams in the
there's
league.
3
But
teams worse than them.
you don't want to get into that fight.
No, you don't.
You know what I mean?
don't.
You definitely don't want to get into that fight of, 6-pointers against Leicester
I know.
and Ipswich and teams like that. But hey, I'm just gonna give you guys a quick rundown of who scored in this game. Check your fantasy teams.
Yeah.
Lewis Dunk opened the scoring
Own goal,
with
yeah.
an own goal. Morgan Gibbs White, Chris Wood,
He was good on the day too.
Chris Wood, Nico Williams, and Jota Silva.
Yeah.
Wow. Anybody
That's-
have
that's-
Chris Wood in their fantasy team?
I have him in my team, and I triple captained Salah this weekend,
Hmm.
which actually paid off pretty well. But when I saw the hat trick for Chris Wood, I was like, Salah's going to do nothing. Just this weird fantasy correlation. It's like I'm not going to have a great week, but I have. I've had a really good week. It's a double game week too, so Salah has another game versus Everton.
They play
so.
Everton tomorrow night. Speaking of Salah, that result keeps Forest in third.
In third,
comfortably,
yeah,
too.
comfortably in third, yeah.
So, yeah, good for them. Speaking of Mo Salah, they went down to Bournemouth. Tricky game.
Some controversy in this game, I must say.
I think it's unmentioned controversy.
It is weird how no
Conveniently.
one talked about it.
Convenient.
Because I said it from the beginning. I still don't think, and I've seen the reverse angle, that's not a penalty. That is just legs get crossed. And I'm saying it's not a penalty because, not just to bring up United versus City, Ruben Diaz takes out Højlund. And again, it's a different referee, different scenario. The contact's so incidental where I just think they just cross paths and the ref gives it. And even I watched them comms. The commentator's shocked it gets given.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
However, I did see an angle where he's not trying to, he's trying to sort of get around
him, yeah.
his
He does
foot.
touch him. I'm not saying
he
doesn't
does
get
touch him, and you touch him, it's a foul. Now,
at speed.
again, I'm not mad at Gakpo. He went down. He got tripped up. He ended up tripping himself because
yeah.
he got tripped.
Yeah.
But you say you don't want to make it about United. I'm going to make it about Arsenal.
Yeah.
We played you 2 seasons ago, maybe last year. Kai Havertz goes in the box.
Yeah.
He gets a little nudge on his foot from Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
The VAR literally said he's not trying to make a tackle.
Yeah.
It's just incidental. And Hazard goes down. No penalty.
Yeah,
the referee had given a penalty. They
yeah.
took it back.
Took it back.
All we asked for
It's consistency.
is consistency.
Because that to me was pure. He makes contact, but he's not even trying to make a tackle. He's actually trying to jump out of the way of Gakpo, but keep up with him. That was one. And then the other one, McAllister needs to see a second yellow. It's an obvious second yellow. And they get away with one in a very important game.
And you know how they knew it was the second yellow?
Oh, he gets subbed right away. Carl said that last week.
He got subbed immediately.
But credit to them. And we talk about good teams. What good teams do when they get fortune, they absolutely cut your throat, and that's what they do. He scores a penalty. Justin Kluivert, who's been on absolute fire, misses an empty net from 5 yards out. I thought Bournemouth were the better team on the day. And I know Liverpool fans are like, oh, well, our XG. And I love XG. You did. Your expected goals, but Liverpool pepper the goals, so the XG gets driven up and up. But if you look at the chances Bournemouth missed, they also hit the crossbar twice, which actually doesn't count as a shot on target. But Justin Kluivert missing from 5 yards out in the form that he's in, on his right foot, with the goal gaping, I was like, this is their day. And then Salah goes right downfield. A minute later, bends a beautiful goal home. 2-0, game, set, match.
You know, I still haven't seen that.
You haven't seen it?
No, I left because we had a golf tournament. I was watching it with Steve-O, and I had to go early so Steve-O could come late. But he came and he said, hey, Salah scored an absolute beauty.
It is a beaut.
To seal it. But you're right.
Kirkes kind of lays off him, but Salah makes no mistake.
The only thing I would say about the penalty, if it happened to Arsenal, I would want it. 100%.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
Yeah, of course.
But all we ask for is consistency.
Yeah,
if it's a penalty for them, it's a penalty for everybody
exactly.
else. And that's it. Salah, you had a little quiet spell. He only had like 4 and 5.
Even versus Bournemouth, I watched the game. He didn't play well, but this is what he does. I think he's one of the greatest. He's easily now the greatest player to me to play off the right in the Premier. He will get in my all-time Premier 11. I know how greatest. He would probably get in. He's a modern-day greatest Premier League player, last 5, whatever. But I will say, and it's maybe a knock on him, maybe the style, maybe it's his ruthlessness. He does drift in and out of the game, but is still so effective. And as a fact, he could be pocketed but end up with a brace. I've never seen a player do it where, like, he don't really dominate the game, but he's just so effective and so ruthless, such a good finisher. And you check, it's like, wow, the left back played him well, but he had a brace. So it's just weird how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Liverpool fan, you absolutely love it.
Love it, yeah.
I mean, the guy, he's got, 22, 23 goals
25 now.
25, Jesus
I
Lord,
know.
as a right winger.
As a right winger.
He's leading the way.
Yeah.
Golden Boot. He plays literally every game.
I think that's the biggest testament. He's never injured. He's never really been injured. That one little spell, I think, after the AFCON, he was hurt, but he is never injured. He does, now he does cheat a bit, which I think is brilliant management. And I would have him cheat too. If you look at him, he sits out wide out there, and it keeps the other teams honest. But it's good management, you know.
Yeah, and Slots boys are still 6 points ahead,
and they're also on a crazy
and that was a
run.
That was a huge game for Liverpool.
It was a big game.
Because
Liverpool fans were worried.
If you knew, Bournemouth on form,
rightfully so.
Bournemouth on form at home. Liverpool hadn't really been dominating games lately.
They didn't play well this weekend, no. Yeah.
But they're getting
results, yeah.
But plus Sunday, you had City versus Arsenal. So if they got 3 in the bag, A, they could watch the game with absolutely no care in the world.
No, definitely.
But B, one of their rivals is dropping points, if not both. So, great result for Liverpool, who just, like we said, they keep on trucking along. Another result from the 11 o'clock games was just, we had this one as a 6-pointer.
Yeah.
There's almost 6 goals in it, and probably should have been 6 goals in it. Everton and Moyes absolutely hammered Leicester.
Leicester are bad too.
Leicester showed why they're going down.
Did you see the goal after the first minute's crazy? A punt it's the 4th quickest goal in Prem history.
Really?
It's the quickest goal ever scored by the home team in 11 seconds.
You know what's crazy? I think we have the quickest goal ever scored.
You might.
Because that one against Bournemouth was like 7.5 seconds.
No, the ball's played to Pickford like normally most teams do, get up the pitch. Leicester let the ball bounce, and Abdoulaye Doucouré does. He runs through, takes a touch off the chest, and a great finish.
You know what I was happy to say? Keep going. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No, I mean, that was it. That's all I had to say about that. Leicester just let the ball bounce from the first minute of the game, which to me is like, you're not ready to play. You're just not ready to play.
What I liked from I read this thing a couple months ago. I don't know if I ever said this, but about Beto. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
But I read this thing that said if you watched him play, I don't know where he came from.
Yeah.
I think it was Portugal.
Maybe, yeah.
He's not a aerial threat.
He's not.
He's
really.
ball to feet guy. But because he's
got decent feet. Yeah.
Because he's so big, he came to England, pumped the ball high.
I know.
And he's not that guy. Well, he scored 2 good goals.
2 good goals. You know who played well too? James Gardner played really
Yeah.
well. Lovely through ball.
That's the one from United.
From United, yeah. Another one I thought we sold for too cheap, but he had a really good game for
I
Everton.
always liked him.
He was hurt for a long time, and
Okay.
Dyche liked him, and it looks like he had to play because Everton's got some injuries in midfield. But him and Beto had to come into the team because of need, and they're both
Right,
brilliant.
because
on the day.
Calvert-Lewin's
hurt, unfortunately. And of course, Calvert-Lewin gets hurt, Beto gets service.
Yeah.
But hey, shout out to Moyes. They've won 3 in a row, which is big for Everton.
Yeah, shout out to Moisey, but also the 4th goal they scored, Leicester just quit.
Oh my goodness,
and their
they
fans,
quit.
that was juvenile.
Like
Their fans were absolutely livid.
and they're not even that far out of the race. They got a big 3 points last week. So it was a weird. I think just conceding after within the first minute is just like.
And you know what else doesn't help Leicester?
What's that?
Southampton beat Ipswich.
Oh my goodness.
Southampton's second win
We
of the year.
said that, and I feel I had a banker on Ipswich. I mean, I didn't bet on it. I would never bet that game. I'm not that much. I'm not that much of a degenerate, but Ipswich had to win that game. Like Ipswich had to win that game.
That gave them the breathing room.
And it's like they've let themselves down. And I like Kieran McKenna, but that's one now where I think the board at Ipswich is like, look, we're only. I think it's tight. They might have a look at Kieran McKenna and be like, can we go get someone to keep us up? Someone like, you know who works? I don't want Kieran McKenna sacked because I think he's a good manager. Back-to-back promotions to get Ipswich to the Prem, who probably aren't good enough anyway. Sean Dyche would kind of make a lot. That's the type of club he deals with. Not to say I wouldn't sack, but like Ipswich have a chance now to kind of still stay in the league. I know they lost. Sean Dyche to Ipswich, I know the football would be horrendous, but it would make sense for Ipswich.
I think it's a little too soon for that.
But that loss to me, if you're the chairman, that loss though, you know what I mean though? Because I like him, but that loss at home to Southampton, it would change my mind. Not that it's gonna be an Ipswich show. It's just like that's such a bad loss.
No, I could definitely understand that loss pissing you off if you're the chairman. For real. Because again,
and they've been competitive.
That was a little bit of safety for them.
Yeah.
There's another result later in the day. We're just gonna skip forward a bit. It was the late kickoff that didn't help that result at all. Wolves beat Villa.
See,
it's a derby.
It is.
So you know Derby's form goes out the window. United beat City this year.
And we said after Champions League, was it Champions League last week?
Yeah.
Yep.
The last game.
That's the type of game they are not getting up for.
Villa were through. Yep. They went through. They're in.
And we said that. I think I said they played a big emotional game.
They did.
Celtic brought a real atmosphere.
Yep.
2 classic British teams that's won the Champions League, European Cup, and they were just flat.
I wish I could say that.
One day.
Hopefully.
It'll come.
But yeah, you absolutely.
They were just flat.
I didn't watch it. Again, I was playing in a golf tournament. Shout out to my boy Terrence Cadet Jr. First shot of the day on 11, hole in one.
Oh my goodness.
And we didn't even know.
It's been a few hole in ones recently. Ryan Linder had a hole in one the other day on Belmont. Yeah.
I hope he bought everybody drinks.
Maybe.
Yeah, we got to follow protocol, fellas. Gots to follow protocol.
But nice.
But yeah, shout out to my boy T because first swing of the day, we heard it hit the pin.
That's unbelievable.
And we thought it went long.
Yeah.
We were looking, couldn't find it. Terrence walks over to the hill and says, hey, look at this. Ball's in the hill.
What's he play, Pro V1?
I don't know. No. It's either
Noodle?
Callaway or Vice.
Hey, Vice makes some nice golf balls.
Yeah.
And they're not that bad either.
No.
I'm playing St. George's this weekend. A little bit of St. George's early and some Moongate after. Have you been down to Moongate? I know you don't drink, but they have soft drinks.
Yeah, no, I'm trying.
It's a long way. Shout out to my boy Pantry.
It's not even that. I am trying to live a healthier lifestyle.
I feel you.
So soft drinks aren't really in my. I'm allowed 1 a week.
Okay.
So we're only 4 weeks in. I've only had 4 soft drinks all year. I don't drink alcohol, so a brewery is probably not for me.
No, exactly.
If they have nice bottles of water, I'll check it out.
They got a pool table.
I got
darts,
no issue.
Got an N64 as well.
Wow.
Favorite N60? Were you an N64 or PlayStation guy?
I never had either. So
what'd you play? Dreamcast?
I had a Dreamcast.
This guy's the biggest Arsenal fan around. He bought a failing system to support his club.
Well, if you want to know, since we're here, you want to know the truth. That is why I chose Arsenal.
That's crazy.
They had Sego on the front of their jerseys.
I had that kit. It's my first football game ever. My old man took me to go see Arsenal there, and I'm in it. And people ribbed me back in the day because I'm in this kit. But that is a top 10 all-time kit.
Absolutely.
That kit, do you own it? I mean, if you look online, those things are expensive now.
You know what I have is the gold Sega one that we won the
That
league.
was the best one. That is a top 10 kit for Arsenal.
Yeah. 100%.
Also, the blue Dreamcast kit with like the metallic.
The yellow.
Unbelievable kit.
Yeah, I have that one too.
Unbelievable kit.
But yeah, everybody loved Nintendo. My brother had a Sega Genesis.
Great. Echo Dolphin game.
I love Sega. I'm gonna date myself here. There was a store on the corner of Burnaby and Church Street. I swear it was Crossroads. I could be wrong. They had a Sega Genesis in there, and they would let you come in and play it.
I think I kind of remember that.
And I used to go in there and play the ice hockey game, because you could wrap around the net and always score.
Yeah.
But so I always liked Sega. My brother got a Sega Genesis.
I had a Sega.
And then my brother actually bought me the Dreamcast for my birthday.
The Dreamcast was tough.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't bad at all.
It was tough.
But here we are. That's why I'm for us.
That's great. That's a great segment.
My first kit. You'll never guess what my first kit was.
Your first Arsenal kit. What year are we talking? And I'll pick the
96 to 98.
Oh, I know who the sponsor is. 96 to 98 is JVC.
I could tell you it wasn't Arsenal.
Oh, you're saying your first kit ever, not your first Arsenal kit? Oh, I'll never guessed that. I thought you meant your first Arsenal kit.
Remember the yellow Holston Tottenham kit?
Class kit, too.
Absolutely class.
Class kit. I'll tell you what, we're going to talk about kits because it's a random show. There's no Prem Bowl this week. And I'm not diving into the FA Cup. So if you tune in for the FA Cup, we're only going to talk a little bit about it.
Yeah.
There was a kid on Twitter this week. It was Gabriel Batistuta's birthday.
The purple Fury with Nintendo.
Stop. That kit is unbelievable. On Fila as the sponsor.
Yeah.
Had a collar. Long sleeves.
Batistuta was
red Nintendo. Too. What a player.
But yeah, that was my first kit. Was a yellow Holston Spurs kit.
That's a great kit too.
I think that's when Klinsmann went there around that time. But then when I started hanging out with people that watch football and had to choose a team. My boy JT Titterton, he's a massive Villa fan. Been a Villa fan since we were 10, 12 years old. He was for Villa. He was the one that really got me into watching every week. He took me to go to mini minors with him. I ended up playing in goal, blah, 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 just to help out. But yeah, I saw the Sega and the red.
Yeah.
Red's my favorite color, even though I hate Village and Bay. Figure that one out.
You hate Bay? How could you hate Bay?
I play for Somerset. So yeah, here we are.
That's great.
Well, let's backtrack a little bit. We went way off.
That's the best part about this show. Just end up talking about kids.
On a tangent.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's do that real quick. Best United kit for you ever.
This is up there.
Yeah, that is class.
This one is up there.
I'm gonna put that.
I think this is 92. But what always makes a kit is the sponsor. Like Sharp. Like
it can make or break.
The JVC Arsenal. Just like the Nintendo Fiorentina.
Yeah.
This will be up there. The long sleeve Umbro 99 with the zipper. Had a zipper here. The famous Beck's kit, the Champions League final kit.
The red one.
The 99, yeah. Umbro as a sponsor. And then honestly, since then, Adidas and Nike, none of those are that memorable to me. They're all great kits. But I think Arsenal, pound for pound, if we had a kit throughout the years, Arsenal have absolutely slayed kits. Nike and Adidas. One of my favorite Arsenal kits, the maroon Highbury anniversary.
Oh, the last year at Highbury? Yeah.
The maroon gold letter. But then Adidas has also picked up some fire kit. Like, you've always had nice kits.
With a little unwanted show from Puma.
Puma's, no.
I mean, it's all about the money.
It's
all about the money.
I forget Arsenal had Puma for a little bit.
Yeah.
But since Adidas has come on, some of them kits, the banana, what's it called? The bruised banana?
Bruised banana. Oh, that's one of my favorite kits.
That kit's fire.
You want to know a United kit that I love?
What's that?
I believe it was reversible. The gold one.
The gold and navy,
and
yes.
Then when you...
I had that. It was really heavy.
I think you could switch it. And it was white on the inside.
Yeah, it was white. Yeah, they used to wear both.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Pork, because he was the first person I saw that had that.
Really?
Yeah. My boy Pork had that.
Hey, and retro jerseys have come back now. They never really left, but now they're in like high fashion, which is quite irritating. Because you go try and look and find a retro jersey, it runs you real coin now.
Yeah.
Real coin.
Liverpool had some good ones too.
One of my favorite Liverpool kits, and I hope they don't ever do it again, Well, they kind of did this year. The green, like candy.
Yeah.
Used to be the sponsor.
With the white
What a
Adidas,
kit.
that was
What a
class.
kit. Some of the Reebok Liverpool kits were not great, but they're very iconic.
Yeah.
Iconic. Me and my mate, shout out to my mate Kyle. We used to talk kits all the time. One of the greatest kits ever, too, was the Lazio Puma.
Right.
Lazio Puma, it's like Veronzer, just like we used to talk football jerseys all the time because they're so iconic, right? And the yellow and blue Juventus Sony had the stars on the sleeves. I might make some content this week, actually, because I'm really passionate about kits. I'm going to give you my top 5 and put them in top bins. We do a poll.
We're going to hold you to that.
I'm going to do that because there's some unbelievable kits.
I mean, there's a lot of great kits. You go. I mean, even some goalkeeper, the Jorge Campos kits were some of the reasons I went in goal.
Yeah.
You know, the neon everywhere.
Yeah, just crazy.
Just class.
Yeah, class.
But yeah, let's get back to the football. There was one more 11 o'clock and one more game on Saturday, and I think this one might be a little surprise. Newcastle at home played Fulham.
I didn't
We
have
picked
that
draw. One of us picked a Fulham win.
Yeah.
And it started good for Newcastle.
It did.
You know what I liked is got a lot of questions of Anthony Gordon being in our mid-season team.
He's having a good year.
And since then, he's
turned up. Yeah,
But
on
yeah.
the left, he's been really good off the left.
Yeah, he went and set up the first goal for Jacob Murphy.
Yeah,
But Fulham were not to be denied, and in the second half, it was all Fulham.
All Fulham.
So Fulham ended up winning 2-1.
Smith Rowe played well too. Played really well. Another Anthony Robinson assist, who's up to 10 now from left back. Which is a lot of assists. When you think about 10 assists, we've played 23 games.
Yeah.
For 23 games, 24 games, he's got 10 assists. That's a lot for Fulham.
As a left back?
As a left back, he's having a really good year.
100%.
Really good year.
Sunday morning, we I think you or Kyle called this. I think it might have been Kyle.
Yeah.
The most Tottenham thing ever.
Would be winning.
Lose to Leicester
I thought
last
they'd
week.
win, yeah.
Go to a team where only the big boys have won away.
Yeah, and it's a hard place to win.
It's a hard place to win. Give them credit. And they absolutely dominated.
They did dominate. Could have been more, too. For once, Brentford weren't really at it. Like, I watched it, and they just, Brentford, like, run and press, and they just weren't. I don't know what it was, but, yeah, credit to Spurs. I mean, some reason told me I thought they'd win, because I don't think they won. I think the players are still playing for Ange. I've watched Spurs a bit. They haven't quit. They just don't have the quality. Right. They've made some individual errors, but they haven't quit.
They did sign...
Kind of like United. They haven't quit on Amorim. They're just not that good.
They did sign a center back.
They did. And they got Tell.
From Lons. And then they got Matthias Tell from... Yeah. Was that how you say his name?
Yeah.
From Bayern Munich.
Yeah. He hasn't scored any goals, but I'm going to go on a rant. If you're getting a loan signing, we don't need an unveiling video.
Did they?
Yeah. But it's not just them. It's a loan signing, and it's not even an option. There's no option to buy.
Well, if you read the fine print, Spurs may have gotten the desperation pulled over them.
Yeah.
10 million fee euros, but they owe money for Kane.
For Kane, exactly. Free. That's what exactly.
He has to say over the option to buy. So they
does
can
he?
buy him, but he has to say,
okay.
it's cool.
Okay.
No obligation on his part to say anything. He's guaranteed to play.
Yeah, which I think is good for him
because
good. He's apparently a winger, but he can play across the front 3-4 up front. He's not playing over now, especially now at business end of the season. He's not going to play over Gnabry, not going to play over Sané. He's not going to play over Musiala, not going to play over Kane. Those positions are kind of full.
Musiala doesn't even play.
Really?
All the time.
I know he scored this weekend, but
he's in and out of the team.
Is he?
My boy Shaqy is not impressed.
Really? Oh, company's at the helm, right?
Yeah. Hey, he's doing a job, I guess.
Yeah.
They're winning Bundesliga, but they have to do the playoff round against Celtic in the
League,
Champions League. So, hey, you want to talk about the next 10 o'clock game, or you just want to let that go?
I do. We're not going to be long on it. Just another one. I thought United, typical. First 15 minutes, great.
Real quick, you said it. United have not won back-to-back
league games all season. It's crazy. This is week 24. Back-to-back league. Can't string two together. But typical United. I thought we started well, 15, 20 minutes. 2 good chances, 2 half chances. Keeper makes a good save. Dean Henderson, of course. And then after that, you knew what would happen. Palace would grow into the game. They have a chance. Okay, you get to half at 0-0. And then another set piece. And, like, again, I'm going to back Amorim. That system, they're learning on the fly, though they should be better than this. Two things can coexist. They are learning a back three. But what is going on with the set pieces? Like, what is happening?
Back three has nothing to do with
It's about
the
desire.
set piece.
It's about, yeah, exactly. It's about desire. It's no leaders. And I'm not going to get on Harry Maguire because it's been pretty good for United in a back three. But, like, you're known for going and heading the ball. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. And then, yeah. But you know what? Shout out to Mateta. Because I used to bash him a lot. And it's not just a purple patch. He's, like, found his level in the Prem now. Maybe Palace are playing to him. And shout out to Palace because they were struggling. They've been one of the form teams in the league. If you took, I think, the last 15 games, the form teams in the league, they're up there. Now, Liverpool's going to be number one. I think Palace are, like, top 6. They have really turned their season around.
Yeah. I must admit, I picked them to struggle.
I mean, I thought they were struggling.
Not go down, but I definitely picked them to struggle. There's no coincidence that Mateta starting to score goals has coincided with them. Because we did call it we weren't sure.
We weren't sure. I wasn't sure. I thought it was just a purple patch.
We did, or I did say, I'm not buying him over the summer off that purple patch. Because he did have a great 12, maybe 13, 14 games to end the season. Probably scored 12, 13 goals in there, including scoring at the Emirates when they got spanked and Hudson got fired and this guy came in and he's just changed them. I love it because they're actually playing football.
They are.
But yeah, Mateta coming back into form because he was away this summer and didn't get a lot. He played a lot of football.
He did. He did play. You said that. He did play a lot. He played in the Olympics.
He played in the Olympics.
Yeah.
He didn't get a break, so they were giving him a break, blah, blah, blah. Couldn't give him a break because they didn't have other forwards. Anyway, him starting to score goals. My thing about the first goal for United, Onana's asleep.
Yep.
He's asleep.
Yep.
Nobody can tell me what it was. If you remember, your defender jumped and the player from Palace was behind him.
Yeah.
Onana didn't expect your defender to miss it.
To
I don't even think he saw that guy behind him.
Yeah, I think it was a slight push, but it's not a foul. When I saw it live, it looks like a foul, but it's not a foul. It's two hands, but it's not a shove. It's not a shove.
Right. There is a difference between a hand on the back and a hand in the back.
No, agree. I misbroke the hourglass.
Sorry.
That's fine. But no, I agree. At first, in a group chat, I was like, foul. And I was like, actually, no, it's not a foul. It's actually really clever because it's just enough. How many times you're like, you don't have to push him, just like ease him, which he does. And then, I don't know what Onana's doing.
He was asleep.
Just tip it over the bar.
I don't think he ever saw the guy behind. I can't remember who the defender was. And then the header beats him onto the bar.
Yeah.
Mateta's first one to clean up.
And I'm going to go off a little bit. And me and Teddy really got into this weekend.
You did.
I'm not going to be long because,
there was a heated...
It was heated. But me and Teddy... Teddy called me after.
In the group chat.
That's what we do at Talk. We get after it. This is what it's about. United fan, we're frustrated.
We keep it a buck,
yeah,
okay? Even amongst each other. Me and Kyle went at it the other day. But go off.
My point is, and look, Amorim, I'm 95% sure Ineos has said, look, we need to get Rashford off the books. I do not think wholeheartedly Amorim is just anti-Rashford. My point is he's come, and this is where I say players, they're not as dumb as we think. Players are there watching
not all of them.
Rashford train. You come out and say he's a poor trainer. Emery, who by all accounts is a disciplinarian, knows football and all. He's a football man, Emery. He's won in Europe. He's won the Europa League. He's had a respectable football man. Why would he bring in Rashford if he's a poor trainer? Gary Neville has said, who's been bashed Rashford, seen him at England. He's never seen him as a poor trainer. So I don't know where this has come from. But players are also watching now Onana make mistake after mistake after mistake. And to me, it's a little bit of bullshit. It's just a little bit of bullshit that's like, hey, drop Onana. You've dropped Rashford apparently because of poor trainer. But Villa, who's better than United, immediately snap up Rashford and say, we'll buy him. If he's good, we'll buy him. So, you know what I mean? There's a missing disconnect. And I get it. Rashford's been scapegoated by United. Has he always been giving his most? No, but he's been let down by the club, like many players have, by the surrounding cast they bought in. But to me, it's like you won't drop Onana, who now has cost United points this season.
I would just like to add to that. Your backup goalkeeper was not horrible against Arsenal.
In a big game.
Again, in the FA Cup.
In a big game.
True say.
He can't kick, but in a big game, he was decent.
He can't kick.
No, he can't kick. No.
True say, if Havertz wasn't half slow, we win that game in regulation. But the goalkeeper was not bad.
It was not bad.
He was not at fault.
The way Onana's playing, it's like he needs a chance. Onana's shocking at the moment. But though, yes, he makes the odds. He made some big save to save us. But that's what goalkeepers do. I feel like we have to that's what goalkeepers do.
I feel like goalkeepers get... It's a thankless job.
It is a thankless
because
job.
At the end of a game, you will say, I know you're a big XG guy, right? One thing, in my opinion, XG doesn't account for is the goalkeeper doing his job.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right.
Some goalkeepers are better than others.
Yeah.
I personally, shot stopping wise, just pure shot stopping, love David De Gea.
Yeah.
He is a shot stopper.
Yeah.
He's not going to play out the back. He's not overly confident in the air.
Yeah.
Shoot on him, he's probably going to save it.
Yeah.
But you don't account for the fact that a good goalie does his job.
Yeah.
And then you win, let's say 4-1. And the goalkeeper made 3 saves to keep it at 1-0 before you scored 4.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper never gets praised for that. Very rarely gets praised for that.
Doesn't.
And we're going to talk about that in the next game that we're going to talk about. But I completely agree. If you don't trust the backup, you just had a January window.
Yeah.
I know strikers are hard to find.
Yeah.
I know game changers are hard to find. Goalkeepers are not that hard to find.
They're not.
Someone will sell you a goal, and there are goalkeepers. And I'm not being disrespectful when I say this.
No.
In the mid to lower
up and down the
Spanish
league, up and down the league,
that could be sold for the right price. It's
Yeah.
Manchester United coming knocking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, there's a ton of goalkeepers out there.
I have watched 2 United games recently and seen 2 mistakes for goals.
I mean, soft mistakes. Brighton, and this one, and cost some points. Games at 1-0. At 1-0, it's
and the Brighton game, I think it was 2-0, but the mistake killed any thoughts.
No, it was 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, but again,
killed it.
So, nevertheless, United back to the drawing. I don't even know it's a drawing board. We're always at the proverbial drawing board. It's just like, here we are. This is just what we are. It's a week-to-week league.
Second goal came from a very poor pass.
Yep. Bruno was...
I don't know who was trying to hunt down the Palace midfielder, but that was poor too. And the guy just ran literally straight through. Through ball, defense is done. Yeah. Cross to Mateta, boom.
I'll tell you what, you know who Mateta reminds me of, and I mean this respectfully. He's like a poor man's Giroud. He's French. I wouldn't be shocked. France have done very well. Instead of playing the superstar striker Benzema, they play a guy who can get on the end of things. I know, not really, not trying to bring up international ball. There's a break coming. Mateta reminds me a little bit. He's not as silky as Giroud, but he gets on the end of things a lot, like Giroud did. Giroud was a fantastic footballer. I don't think Mateta's that good a footballer. But just thinking for France, I could see Deschamps just putting him up there. There's a body. He holds the ball well. I'm just giving Mateta his flowers.
Henry had him as a striker in the Olympics.
Yes, I mean, it's not that far-fetched. And they like that kind of striker for France.
Play off him,
yeah, exactly.
Giroud was very underappreciated in his World Cup, winning and then runner-up sides. Because
Euro runner-up.
The winning team, I thought he was one of the most important players.
He was.
Obviously, the big names, Griezmann, Pogba.
Griezmann, Pogba linked all very well. And then Mbappe got to do what he does.
Right. And I thought Conte was the most important.
Yeah, Conte was the most important.
And I thought then maybe Giroud. And the rest of them, those two allowed everyone else to flourish.
That is true.
So that's just how I looked at that. Yeah. But, 2-0. United again. Can't win back-to-back games.
Can't win back-to-back. Got to start over again.
This weekend's the FA Cup. So
if Leicester at home, I think it's a must-win because it's the only thing. I actually do think it's a must-win.
In the Cup.
100%. Because not just because it's Leicester, but for Amorim, I think it's a must-win. Not saying it'll be out, but there will be doubters, I think. He does need time. He needs time in this system. Players need time.
If you beat Arsenal away and then you lose at home to Leicester in the Cup, it's criminal.
It's criminal. Leicester's a gift, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, anyway. Speaking of Arsenal at home.
Let's give Lighty his flowers because we posted the clip today. And I thought he was out of his mind. I thought he had been drinking, to be honest.
You gotta give me a heads up when you're about to post stuff like that, because I'd asked you to clip it on the weekend.
Yeah, I've been busy.
We talked about it Saturday night or Sunday evening. We were like, yo, Lighty, you literally said that, and we said, clip it up. Jordan, obviously, we're busy people, but Jordan dropped it last night, and all of a sudden, my phone just goes nuts. And I'm moving, so I'm like, yo, what is happening? Phone's going nuts. Jordan's posted this clip where Lighty literally said last week, Thursday, we owe City a spanking. Like we did,
quote unquote.
There is a time coming where we are going to spank them. Well, I don't know about you. I did not expect it to be Sunday. I really did not.
Nah.
I did not think we would play the football that would be conducive to somebody getting a cutty.
Yeah.
Started the game very well.
Very well.
The press, oh my Lord.
Yeah.
If we played like that every week, we'd run riot. But
I said the Emirates has become a fortress. It really has. Like, teams are, I'm a little bit intimidated going to the Emirates.
Even though
I feel more, it's a cup game, but never the magic of the cup, right? But I feel less intimidation going to the Etihad, not just because we won, but I know we could fluke a victory. The way our football is versus Arsenal, I don't feel it. And you saw it with City. City were like a little intimidated. The Emirates has become a fortress.
City were on the back foot. It didn't help. I don't know what Stones was doing, passing the ball through the press to a guy that's being pressed. We win the ball. Havertz, you could tell he's got no confidence. We'll get to that later, 10 seconds. But squares it to Odegaard, 1-0. Cool. Should have been 2-0 up. Look, I love Havertz.
It's a bad miss.
I love Havertz. He does all the right things.
It's a bad miss.
He works his socks off for this team. The one thing he
also is good with criticism. He seems like it doesn't bug him that much.
I don't think he reads.
Yeah.
But anyway, we win the ball again on the press. He is on the penalty spot. The goalkeeper's on the left post. There's a defender in the middle of the goal, and he misses.
Yeah.
Criminal. I'm not gonna lie to you. At that point, I said, City can win this because those are the chances
to actually
you gotta kill City
them off.
We didn't do it. Then slowly but surely,
they got back into the game.
We sat back.
Yeah.
If you look at it, we started to get deeper and deeper. People will say, "Oh, City got on the ball." We let them get on the ball.
Yeah.
And I was
Arsenal's intensity dropped off a bit.
I was really worried. And then one touch.
It's a good goal. It's a good goal, to be honest.
And this is what elite strikers do.
Yeah.
One shot, one kill.
kill.
The commentators.
It's a brilliant header.
Good cross, too.
Yeah, great cross.
Saliba's asleep. Holland, quick little move, boom, goal, great header, boom, 1-0.
1-1. I was like, wow, here we go.
And I was thinking, City can win this now.
Yeah.
But what happened next, I never expected. I'm not going to lie to you.
But kudos to Arsenal. They still pressed. That goal comes from not sitting back and allowing. I know it's a poor ball by Foden, and I think Foden is blinded by the referee.
I think so too.
But still, imagine if Arsenal, like you just said, if Arsenal had sat back a bit. No, Arsenal was still there in a tackle, and that's how it comes. And it's like, you create your own luck in a situation like that.
Yeah, it was about a minute 45.
Yeah, later, which is very unlike City.
Deflection, but if you can't buy the lotto, if you don't buy
But for me, it's winning the ball high up the pitch.
Right.
Alarm bells go off. Something's going to... At that level, if you lose the ball in your own third, at that level, 1 out of 3 times, it's a goal, I think.
If you go back and look at Arsenal's recent results, say the last 10 games, or just go for the season.
Yeah.
Any game that we have absolutely caned somebody, it's been they score first, or we score, they make it 1-1, and then we go.
Yeah.
I know that, but it's City. You don't expect City. 90 seconds, it's 2-1.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 minutes later, Lewis Skelly on his wrong foot.
2-1 knocked the wind out of them.
3-1 knocked the wind out of them.
I thought at 2-1 they were done because it's like, wow, this is it.
They weren't.
But 3-1 was
3-1.
Great finish by Skelly. Keeper should save it.
I thought so. You got to
kind of had a bit of a nightmare, but hey, you got to hit the target on his weak foot.
Yeah.
And be brave too. He's brave, goes in there.
That's our left back.
Switch his feet really nicely.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's going to keep Calafiore out. I know Calafiore scored a good goal last week. And War's a real player.
He is.
Not in War, sorry.
No, that's
Lewis Skelly.
The celebration, though.
I don't mind it. I do have a problem with something after the game. We'll get to that.
I don't have a problem with this. Holland asked, "Who are you?" when we beat him. When we drew him the last time.
Yeah.
You know, he came at him. You know, he came back.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind
the Holland one. It's like when Saka gave Rashford this one here.
Remember that?
In a big game.
A lot of people didn't catch that.
I didn't mind that one. I didn't mind this Lewis Skelly at all.
Saka also gave Madison
darts. So
darts.
I
don't know if that's the English thing.
But they're all mates too. Those guys have been in multiple English camps together. I like the Lewis Skelly one because he's really sticking it to him like, you know who I am now, kind of.
Right. And that's the thing. People talk about the stay humble.
Yeah.
Right? It's exactly what Holland was talking about. But at the same time, you don't get to throw shots. And it's like a rap battle.
Especially when you threw the ball at Gabriel, which I really didn't like.
And then Gabriel gets told off because when we scored the first goal, he ran cross Holland and kind of gave him some in his face. Pause. He kind of, celebrated, right? And Gary Neville, you shouldn't do the same. Gary Neville that ran the length of the field at Old Trafford, yucking on his jersey,
right in front of Liverpool.
Said he'd pay the $5,000 fine 100 times. Like, bro, the one thing I never liked about the City, Liverpool,
it's too friendly.
They're shaking hands.
Yeah,
it's never really got nasty.
And I always say this where like I harp on how football used to be. So I can't go there and complain about like, this is all. No, I like the Pizzagate, and I liked the Martin Keown versus, Yapstam and Vieira and Keane. So I can't go back and forth on it. I like that. I did have a problem with the playing Kendrick Lamar after the game. I thought that's just like, that's a little bit cheesy. And I get it, but I'm like, it's just too premeditated. I was like, what was the song if you had lost? Right. That's why I don't mind Miles. Lewis Skelly's not expect to score, and he's got something for him. Oh, that's cute. But like after the game, it's like, all right, like you won, cool. But that's just my.
And I get it. I mean, again, it's banter.
Yeah.
You can look at it both ways. If this is another one of those cases that I've spoke about before. If someone does that to Arsenal, it's, oh my God, that's so creative.
Yeah.
Arsenal do it to somebody else, it's, oh, this is the worst thing, blah, blah, blah.
And to be fair, you only knew about it because it's recorded from a fan.
Right.
It's not like Arsenal announced, a fan who was at the stadium. It's not like Arsenal announced they were going to do it. But that's the one. I'm not big celebration police, but like, I thought playing it after the game was a bit like,
I thought it was our DJ having a little cheek.
Yeah, exactly.
Havertz did score.
He did, which I was really happy for.
Good transition, good counterattack. That kind of showed me that City had quit.
Yeah.
They don't have the legs.
They don't have the legs.
But nobody else was running back. There was just the two defenders that were already back.
And the fifth goal is it's a good finish by Nwari. I'm glad he hits the target. But it ends up in the corner, but it's not in the corner. The goalkeeper doesn't even try. But you know what? Good. Hey, they smashed teams before.
Credit to him. Of course. Because if you watch fan video, he's standing over there saying, "Give me the ball, give me." We were sort of playing Olays over on the right side, our left. He's on the right.
Yeah.
And he's saying, "Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball." He gets the ball, and what I love about it, even though it's the 90th minute, game's over.
Yeah.
He gets the ball under control immediately. He attacks,
turns and attacks,
and shoots.
Shoots, yeah.
That's what you want. You want that killer instinct. Don't let him set up.
Yeah.
I don't know what his goal bonus is.
And that goal didn't flatter Arsenal. I thought they were really good on the day. Other than that 20-minute period where City grew back in the game and they equalized. Other than that, I thought Arsenal were well worthy of their wins. No, goalkeeper was a bit poor in the day, but I don't know. It was Edison hurt? I'm not sure.
He wasn't in the side.
Just
I don't know.
No.
But Ortega's been playing more.
He has been playing.
So I don't know. Don't know.
Goalkeeper was suspect. But hey, Arsenal, they deserve that. And you know what? City's had their number. It's a different City side, but hey, they really gave it to them.
Yeah, City have beaten us. They haven't beat us in the last four.
Yeah.
So we're figuring it out.
You haven't won at the Etihad for a long time, though, right? Is it?
The last I remember winning at the Etihad.
Santi Cazorla? Was it that far back? Yeah. I know it's been
in that yellow and blue Puma kit.
Yeah. That was a decent kit.
Yeah, it's been a while.
The socks were fire.
Yeah. Candy cane.
Yeah. But Arsenal hasn't won there for a while. But Arsenal 4 unbeaten versus City. It's nice.
Not too many
Just
teams.
just
can
wish
say
they
that.
were there, the team you were chasing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
2 seasons.
Question for you on Arsenal. I like Miles Lewis-Skelly. I think he's a real player. Where do you see him, Rory? Do you see him playing when Saka's back? Is he like an Odegaard, or does he play more off the right? Because it's an interesting dilemma.
I was gonna say it's one of them good problems.
It is. Right now it is.
The fact that he's 18.
Yeah.
Saka comes back. Obviously, Saka won't be. Well, I hope he's not rushed back.
No.
Personally, I'd like to see him shut down for the year.
Really?
Unless he's 100% healthy.
Yeah.
Lighty's worried that he's gonna feel this forever.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be explosive. Blah blah blah. We will see.
Yeah.
But it's one of those good problems because we don't have an Odegaard backup.
No.
But and Wanari and Waneri, I don't know
Yeah.
how to say his name. He played there against Girona.
Yeah.
He scored.
Yeah.
Played on the right wing for the last 10 minutes against City. He scored. It's one of them good problems to have. Arteta said he can play in the 9 too, sort of
Really?
a false
Okay.
9. But
Okay.
I don't think he's big enough. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
You want a squad, right?
And then an interesting piece, again, I think we might talk about that because obviously you don't have too much to talk about. Ornstein came, I don't know if you saw today, Ornstein's come out and said Villa were willing to sell Ollie Watkins. They wanted 20 mil more. And Ornstein's the Bible. I'm going to put, until he's proven wrong, he is the guy on transfers. He knows the ins and outs. He's built great relationships. So I believe him 100%. And I believe Villa probably would have sold. To me, and my mate Phil's just sent me a piece on the dealings between Arsenal this week in January. Apparently they were 20 mil off. And to me, this is no disrespect to Arsenal. Arsenal were 40 million for Ollie Watkins. They were there. This is facts from Ornstein. Villa wanted 60. Arsenal thought that 20 mil was too much. And to me, I'm like, okay. They're like, oh, Ollie Watkins is 29. Well, we know strikers at their peak are in their early 30s. That's just how it is. I'm like, a 3-year deal, and I'm not a professional before anyone comes at me. I'm not an agent. But a 3-year deal to me with an option for a fourth at 29 for Ollie Watkins for Arsenal, not any other club, who are looking essentially a cherry on top. You have your goalkeeper. You have your center backs. You have your midfield in terms of Declan Rice. You build around him. You got your wide player in Saka. Like a team that's got everything. I take that gamble. I don't care about his age. I think that's a great age for Arsenal. Now, I know it's Isaac, but I was really surprised to hear that they thought that 20 million. Best team in a while at Arsenal. Maybe they think the league's gone this year. Maybe it's that. What's your thoughts on that? I think 60 million for Ollie Watkins is the right price.
I am an Arsenal fan that on January 1st said no one will come in.
Yeah.
We're not going to buy anybody.
Right.
I was hoping to be proved wrong.
Yeah.
We couldn't loan anybody from England because
Yeah.
we got Neto and Sterling. I did not expect any business. You heard the Ollie Watkins rumors. Now, I also think we need a central forward.
Yeah.
Right? We do. With Havertz's miss, it just goes to show you a world-class striker is needed. I don't want us to buy people just to buy people.
You don't think it's a cherry on top?
I don't think he's what they want. You're then going to end up with Ollie Watkins sitting on the bench next year because you're going to go buy somebody that you really want in the summer, hopefully.
Yeah.
That is the vibe the club is giving.
Right.
There were plenty of people out there we could have got on
But
loan.
it says, Ornstein said they were willing to go 40. That's the thing.
I agree. I don't think 60's worth it.
Fair enough.
To be honest,
that's fine. The other issue I didn't think of: Ollie Watkins is European Cup tied, which is probably a big factor because you're talking about Arsenal trying to get that next level. He can't play for Arsenal in the Champions League, so I didn't think of that. So then maybe 60 mil. I know it's only this year, but this is what we're talking about now. So maybe that's it. But that's an interesting aspect I forgot.
The other thing about that, and I understand he was offered to us because Villa did business. They bought in Marlon. They bought in Rashford. They bought in Asensio. I think it screams of we tried.
Arsenal?
Yep. We tried. They wanted 60. We only wanted to give them 40. Sorry. It's the perfect excuse for Arsenal board, who I don't know why, because we shouldn't be anywhere near PSR or whatever they call it, FIFA Fair Play. We shouldn't be. Even though we spent 100 on Declan, we sold a lot last summer, 90 and 3 players. It just screams of we tried.
True.
Shush, we tried.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So I think they have their eyes on one player. We all know who it is. If they get him, great.
Yeah.
If they don't, they better go by. They better be a B option in the summer. Because if you don't get the first guy, there has to be somebody else coming in.
Yeah.
We can't go another season. Now, the next thing you need to do, because you didn't buy a soul, wrap Kai Havertz in wool.
Yeah.
If he gets hurt, we are in trouble.
Yeah.
Because the only people that can play center forward now are Martinelli, Sterling.
Yeah, it would change who Arsenal's going to attack.
We can't cross the ball.
No, you can't.
You have to play
You
Kyrgios.
don't have crosses. No, you don't. Arsenal's football is not designed to
Trossard
cross.
could play up there too, but again, it's midget mayhem. They're all tiny.
Yeah.
So, anyway, moving on from Arsenal. Monday was Chelsea hosting West Ham, and it didn't start very well for Chelsea.
West Ham up 1-0, which I was like, a mistake by Kovo, apparently. I haven't seen the game. I saw a lot of fans going off about Levy Kovo. But they recovered. I think Cole Palmer got an assist. Who scored for them?
Yeah, it was an own goal.
Own goal, yeah.
Neto scored the first.
Neto, and then Wan-Bissaka for own goal. 2-1. Kind of Chelsea always beat West Ham at the Bridge.
Yeah.
Just seems that way. It's a big win for Chelsea, though, just to their season had quietly sputtered away. And we said that, the fixture, we thought they'd be right there, but they're still in a top 4 battle. I think that'll go down to the wire. They're in 4th right now, 2 points ahead of City. Had to win the game. They got it done.
I need them to remain ahead of City for as long as possible. I'll tell you why. City play Liverpool late. If City are not in the top 4,
it's a big deal this year.
It becomes a big game.
Yeah.
If City are in the top 4 comfortably,
yeah.
City will 100% throw that game.
You think?
I think United did it last year for Arsenal. 100%.
We're not good though. City's actually still good.
No, but we beat you 1-0. And it wasn't.
Oh, you mean?
I think you gave us the game.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. I thought you meant where you needed help from someone else. Oh no, yeah.
No, I think you gave us the game at Old Trafford.
That game was quite.
United didn't try.
We didn't try. No, we didn't.
It was like, all right, it's you or City.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Go on.
I see what you're saying.
But so I need Chelsea to stay ahead of City. So when they play each other, it means something.
I'll tell you what, top 4. Looking at it, I haven't really looked because my team's so far down. It is a fascinating battle. So say from Bournemouth on 40 points to Chelsea in 4th on 43 points. You got Villa on 37, who I think is still in touching distance. But Bournemouth, Newcastle, Man City, Chelsea. And it looks like 5th, I think. 5th looks like it will be a Champions League spot.
How does that work?
On how well teams do in Europe. But because England had 3 teams that finished in the top 8 in the Champions League, 2 teams that I think Spurs and United finished in the top 8, England's coefficient right now is quite high. And then you think if City go and get through to the knockout round, if United and Spurs get, again, it's all hypothetical,
right,
the coefficient is going to be quite high. So we'll see. But 5th becomes very interesting for a Champions League spot. But it is tight just looking at it.
I just like to go back on record and saying I hate that, like, 5th. Why is 5th place making the Champions League?
It's so bad.
I get it's money, blah.
But what
blah,
happens
blah.
if 5th makes it and say United or Spurs win the Europa? 6 teams get in from England?
Ridiculous.
It's pretty crazy.
I mean, I get the Europa team should be.
Fifth in Champions League sounds wild.
It does. It's dumb. It's dumb.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Liverpool still on top, 56 with a game in hand.
Yeah.
Arsenal trailing in second on 50.
I guess we could preview that. I forget that. Isn't that tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
That's a big game tomorrow.
3 weeks ago, well, whenever it was supposed to be played, I guess it's 2 months now.
Yeah.
Time flies. It wasn't a big game.
Tell you what, Liverpool wouldn't have liked that. Now, Everton's won 3 in a row.
Everton's
Moyes is back.
Moyes is back. Final derby.
I think Liverpool will win the game. But, that's the other part of the aspect. It's at Goodison, isn't it?
Final.
But that'll be white hot tomorrow. Who's the ref? That's a big call. Who's the ref tomorrow?
I don't know. That's a good one. Hopefully it's not
Who
Michael
is the
Oliver.
ref tomorrow? No, it's on Wednesday night. No, when is it?
It's on Wednesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday.
No, I don't see it.
You just told everybody we record on Tuesday.
Yeah,
we are recording.
No, I know what day is tomorrow, but I don't see when that fixture is. It's not showing up.
Hey, and shout out to everybody. This is going on YouTube this week, okay?
Oh, is it?
Telling Rusty G, we're putting this. Oh,
no, it's Wednesday, February 12th.
Look at that. I don't know why this is here, but yeah, it just ran out.
That's all right. Flip it over.
Oh, it's 60 minutes.
Yeah, hourglass.
Oh, well, fair.
No, it's actually February 12th.
How is it a double game?
Because there's no Prem games. It's all FA Cup. So, yeah, February 12th.
That's the Wednesday, right?
Wednesday, yeah.
So next week, Wednesday. Yeah. So we can preview it next week.
We'll preview it next week. Yeah, exactly.
You want to talk about the FA Cup? Because I really don't care about it.
Not really. We'll just talk about the big teams' fixtures. Also, shout out to Bristol this weekend. Backs against the wall. Red card. The group chat went crazy because they're quietly in a
don't
playoff.
say it.
I know they're quietly in a playoff hunt, and Knockers is flying. But
that's not a red card.
Bristol never a red card.
It's not a red card.
It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy tackle.
It's not a red card in the Premier League, and the Championship is known to be worse.
Worse. It's no blood, no foul in the Championship.
The guy slipped.
He slips, jumps over it. Anyways, versus Oxford United. Oxford score 1-0. Funny thing about Bristol, Oxford United is their kind of feeder club.
Yeah.
Bristol's got 3 players from Oxford United. Mark Sykes equalizes 1-1. Brilliant goal, by the way. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Set piece.
Yes,
Great
set
strike.
piece.
Who actually played for Oxford United and celebrated. Love that. Love that. I think they gave him his first deal in pro football. I actually met Mark Sykes at Bristol. Lovely guy. Irish. But yeah, 1-1. Good result for Bristol. Who I think now come back home this week when football returns.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
Keep flying high, Knuckles.
Yeah. He got subbed at half, which I didn't like. But down to 10 men.
Yeah,
they put Armstrong up top, more physical. But
that wasn't anything.
It was tactical. No, just tactical.
It's all tactical.
Yeah.
Big games this weekend in the FA Cup. Leeds Millwall will actually be
that will be
tasty.
a crack. I'll probably watch that.
That'll be tasty.
I'll watch that.
Everton Bournemouth in an old Premier League. Southampton Burnley.
We have some League Cup semis, but again, we know who the fixtures are.
Oh yeah, that's this. Is it today?
No, tomorrow.
They're both tomorrow?
No, we got Arsenal tune tomorrow, trying to overturn a 2-0, which I wouldn't be shocked. Tell you what, if Arsenal get the first goal in that game, watch out. Tune have a little bit of bottle in them.
And then Liverpool and Tottenham are on Thursday. With Liverpool hosting Tottenham down
1-0. Big thing for Spurs, and I'm not going to talk about. If they can go half an hour not conceding, they could play themselves into the tie. If they concede early, it could get ugly.
Yeah, 100%. I really hope Liverpool overturn that because I don't need Spurs anywhere near a final. Because if lightning strikes, then we got to hear all about that. But yeah, Leeds, Millwall, Everton, Bournemouth, Wigan, Fulham, Southampton, Burnley. Some of the other ones to look out. Birmingham hosts Newcastle. That could be good. Birmingham at home. Brighton versus Chelsea in an all Premier League one down on the South Coast. Sunday is Plymouth Argyle hosting Liverpool. That should be an absolute dandy.
Yeah, at Plymouth though. Plymouth lose, Liverpool win, but always difficult to go to different changing rooms.
Be interesting if Liverpool go to extra time on.
Yeah, get dragged. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Could be some heavy legs, and then Villa versus Tottenham on Sunday.
That's a big game for both teams because Villa right now outside looking in terms of the league, maybe for top 4. They're in the Champions League, as we just said. Spurs kind of going to be a cup team this year, like United. So I think it's a little bit on the line for both teams in that.
Yeah.
What's the big La Liga game this weekend?
I don't know, but last weekend was the Milan derby, and it was 1-1.
It was 1-1.
Kind of
AC Milan led late and conceded. Oh, it's a big one this weekend. Another team that usually wins away. Sevilla host Barcelona, which is always a tough place to go. I don't think Sevilla's as good as they typically
I was going to say,
be.
that used to be a huge game.
And we're missing, it's the Madrid derby this weekend.
Yeah, it is. I was going to say, it's the Madrid derby.
That's a huge game. I'll watch that this weekend.
Barcelona can't lose this week.
No, they can't. It's a must win to get back in the race.
If they want to be, it's going from 7 to 4, which is great.
Yeah.
But let's just say they draw the Madrid derby and Barcelona.
Barca slip up right now.
Jesus, it's tight.
That Madrid derby's a lot on the line this weekend too.
Yeah.
Wow. At the Bernabeu.
At the Bernabeu.
So we'll see.
Yeah, Madrid got to be up for that one.
They do.
They've kind of been hot and cold recently.
Mm.
Looked like they was figuring it out. Got figured out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much all the football we've got. Want to take some time now and look back at Bermuda football.
Yeah. Our girls have done great.
Yes, shout out to the under-17 girls who were down in Puerto Rico. They won their first 2 games.
Gary Adams, Gaffer.
Gary Adams. Won the first 2 games. Third game, I was watching till halftime. They were down 1-0. Then after the half, they were playing Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
After the half, scored an absolute stunner to make it 1-1. And you're thinking, yo, we're through. We're into extra time.
Yeah.
Conceded in extra time.
No.
Got their hearts broken.
Yeah.
But because they won, they did so well, their goal difference is high.
Yeah.
They have qualified for the final stage of under 17 CONCACAF.
Yeah.
And good for them.
Which I think is great for them. I think that
absolutely.
Gary being realistic, I think that was his goal. He spoke on the radio about that. You know, the competition now is going to get better, but I think for Bermuda, that's where you should be. We should be in that final CONCACAF. To go and say we should make a tournament, that would be unbelievable for these girls, and I wish it. But now, you know, go face the USA, Canada, Jamaica. I think that's great. And it's good exposure for the girls, too. For, 17, college is a great option. So I think that's good for our girls.
Yeah, a shout out to the coaching staff, Akila Ferber, Gary Adams, everybody else that was involved. Shout out to all the under 17 girls team. Very proud of you.
Heard they got a great welcome back too.
Yeah, and they deserve it.
They deserve it. Yeah.
You know, you qualified for the next round. You absolutely deserve it. I have been critical in the past of we praise fish for swimming.
Yeah.
You know, we are guilty of that in Bermuda.
Definitely.
But this was an achievement that deserved to be celebrated.
Definitely, yeah.
And when they get to the next round, we'll see how they make out.
No, exactly.
I mean, there is no shame in Bermuda losing to an America,
USA,
a Canada.
350 million people, yeah.
But I totally expect these girls to go out there and give
they'll be
their all
competitive.
and be competitive.
They'll be competitive.
100% think they'll be competitive.
Definitely.
Now, on the topic of under 17, the boys, actually, their tournament is next week, and it's in Bermuda.
Oh, yes, okay.
Now, we as Bermudians need to get behind this.
Yeah.
These boys, a lot of them are over in England, either in school or playing for teams. I have their schedule right here. It's the 2025 CONCACAF Under 17 Men's Qualifiers. We are playing Curacao, Anguilla, Turks and Caicos, in Canada. To my understanding, the tournament is here. Bermuda versus Curacao on Friday, February 7th. Bermuda versus Anguilla, Sunday, February 9th. Thursday, February 13th, which leads me to believe it might not be all here. I wanted to check this. Nobody answered their phones, but we'll take a quick look.
They're probably using both North and South, right?
If you can just check real quick on your CONCACAF website.
Sure.
Under 17 boys. But on Thursday, February 13th, Turks and Caicos versus Bermuda. Sunday, February 16th, Canada versus Bermuda. The games that are here, Bermuda, we need to get behind them. Even if they're not here, best thing about the under 17 girls for me, it was on Disney Plus. You could watch it. It was on, was it Rush Sports or Flow Sports? It was on TV. You don't have to go anywhere. Go to the pub. Ask them to turn it on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's get behind these kids. The girls did their part. They made it to the next round. That's all we can ask.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's hope the boys do the same thing. Let's get behind these kids. Let's give them some support. Let's cheer them on and get them to the next round. And when we get to the next round, then we deal with that when it comes. So shout out to the under 17 boys. We wish you all the best in your upcoming CONCACAF tournament.
And then to clarify, so Bermuda is in Group A, Canada, Bermuda, Curacao, Anguilla, and Turks and Caicos. We are the host of Group A.
Nice.
Costa Rica is hosting Group B, Mexico Group C, Honduras Group D, Guatemala Group E and H, and Panama will host Group G. So, yeah, we're hosting. All those games are here.
Nice. Let's get to the stadium and get behind these kids, okay? Let's not have it just family members and just people that know these boys. Everybody, if you're Bermudian and you're proud, get out there and support these kids. They need it. They'd love it. And we're going to have some of them on the show. Hopefully next week, a coach, a player. We're going to get them on here. We're going to get the under-17 girls on here. Unfortunately, it was a timing conflict this week. We couldn't get them. But we will have them on. So come on, Bermuda. Let's do our thing.
The group winners go through. So top 8 in each group. Top team in each group. So first, I will talk about that. Just tournament football. The first game's key. You just can't lose the first game. Avoid defeat the first game and then build into the tournament. It's always that way in tournament football, right?
Absolutely, and the results are the most important
Result
thing.
is the most important, yeah.
Well, JC, anything you want to say before we sign off? It's been a pretty quiet. Oh, you know what we haven't done this week?
What's that?
Talk about local football.
We haven't. It was Village. Village has surged.
We've got a sponsor coming.
Do we?
Big sponsor. It's being worked on, but we want to shout out to Linda's. Linda's are very active in local football.
They support many clubs.
And they support cup competitions. Yep. They've been supporting local football. So we want to shout out to Linda's who have come on board. Working out the fine details, but we can say that we've got Linda's on board as a sponsor. I got the call from the big guy today.
Oh, sick.
So recapping this weekend, wasn't a good one for Lighty.
Yeah, or PHC.
No.
Great weekend for Village.
Yeah, unfortunately. Lighty and Dandytown played Social Club on Saturday night.
And he said he was worried about that because Social Club give you 90 minutes. And then to lose I know he was sick. But Lighty's honest. He probably say they didn't deserve it. Hopefully it wasn't. You haven't spoke to him. He had a training match tonight. I'm sure he's putting Town through the paces. Hopefully it wasn't a refereeing decision.
Nope.
But, beaten at home 2-1 to Social Club.
Nope, I was there.
Oh, you were?
I was there.
How did they play? Not well?
Not great. I feel like Dandytown thought it's Social Club. Village just beat them 4-1 on Thursday night. It's Saturday night. We'll turn them over. A great free kick from Social Club captain. I believe his name's Ryan Paris. I could be wrong. My apologies if that's wrong. But Social Club's captain scored a great free kick.
Really?
1-0. A little overplaying in the Dandytown 18-yard box led to the second goal. Turnover, bang. Town did score. Couldn't tell who scored it. It may have been Nate. And they just couldn't.
Too little, too late.
No, it was. I think 12 minutes into the second half.
Oh,
they
wow.
Scored. It was 2-0 first half.
Right.
It's about 12 minutes in the second half, and after Town,
and the game just drifted. Yeah.
They just couldn't get ball in the net.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't even any really like amazing chances. Maybe one. But yeah, Town, and I tweeted it. I said, the night Town lost the league. Of course, all the Village people jumped on board. So yeah, they weren't gonna win it anyway. Sunday, Town played Parish. Village played Parish.
Beat them 3-1. Took care of business.
That's all they had to do.
Jalen, Jonte.
I was talking to Patches.
Yeah. Shout out to Patches.
Patches.
Hey, since he's taken over, he's got Village well drilled.
Patches told me in Buzz on Thursday or Friday, just trying to make them have fun.
Yeah.
Just trying to let them have fun.
Yeah.
Express themselves. Patches from the old school when Village was successful.
Yep.
So shout out to Patches Deal
boys. They know.
Probably Coach of the Year.
Yep.
There was an incident this weekend, and I'm going to talk about it. I don't mind. I hold no dog in any fight. There was an incident this weekend. I was going to say Paget played St. George's at Rangers, but the first division game before that.
Oh, really?
Rangers played Robin Hood. I don't know what the score was, but Robin Hood scored. The referee gave the goal.
I heard about
then
this.
Then called it back. Then allegedly, a photographer showed the linesman his camera and said, no, it didn't hit the hand of the attacker. Here's the picture. They then said, yep, that's legit, so that's a goal, and gave the goal back.
Really?
So we now have VAR in Bermuda. I don't know how that's allowed.
Yeah.
Rangers don't know how that's allowed. Even Robin Hood don't know how that's allowed. Robin Hood obviously... The Rangers players was telling me that evening, if they'd have just said go, cool. Got no issue with that. But then you chalk it off and then you do that. That's a kick in the teeth.
Who won that game?
Robin Hood 4-2.
Did they? Wow.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Nakori though. He scored an absolute stunner for Rangers. Oh my. If we recorded more games, we could get like goals of the week and stuff.
Yeah, we could actually.
It's tough. Hopefully Bermuda Sports Network can. Hopefully they can get in and at least get us one game.
One game, yeah.
Exactly. Game of the week.
Yeah.
Paget did play St. George's, finished 0-0.
It's not a bad result for either club, really.
No, it would have been good if either one of them had won. It would have thrown them right into that second position fight. But Devonshire Colts are up in there.
Yeah, having a good season.
Beat Wolves 4-1. It's amazing what a little dedication can do.
Definitely.
I mean, Colts don't really go outside of Colts to get players. If anybody comes to Colts, they played for Colts before.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Ray Jones knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
That's my mate.
They've had a good year. Usually they can be a bit of a yo-yo club. Shout out to Zuri, the president there.
And they just scheduled Ladies' makeup game against Colts for next week. So
okay.
That'd be a big one.
Yeah, it is a big one.
That'd be a must-win.
And then PAT had a draw, right? They drew.
Hey, shout out to my boy Abe.
Yeah.
Abe told me last week, again Thursday or Friday. He said, "Fully, I don't have a good feeling about Cougars this weekend. Just something strange is gonna happen."
Yeah.
Apparently, the first goal that PHC conceded, the goalkeeper took a drop kick, kicked it off his defender, in the goal.
No way.
Allegedly, that's what happened. Conveniently, the camera at PHC was not set up by that time. Cougars made it 2-0.
Yeah, I saw they come back.
Then Enrique made it 2-1. I'm not sure who scored the second goal, but finished 2-2.
Perfect weekend for Village.
So, shout out to Linda's. We've been talking about, and I've heard the suggestions. Juwande has been big on this with me for a few weeks. Doing a team of the week. Bermudian team of the week. We want to do it.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea to do it. However, we don't get to every game.
Yeah, to get to every game.
We would need coaches or you know, like
putting someone forward.
Yeah, people that aren't really the, you know.
Something we like to do.
It's something we're definitely looking into. And Linda's are backing that. So shout out to Linda's once again. Appreciate you guys coming on board, supporting Top Bins. Obviously, we got to shout out to Big Pete, BGA, Gillette, the best a man can get.
Yep.
So that wraps up this week, volume 25, the fully edition.
Yeah. This is the fully edition, yeah.
Anything you want to say before we go, Jordan?
No, not much. Thanks again for rocking with us for 25 episodes. It means a lot. 25. It's quarter century. Hopefully see you at 50. And that's it for me.
Yeah, hourglass is still good. I don't know why this is here, but we're about an hour and...
Let's say hour 15?
22 minutes in.
Yeah.
But once again, just going to echo what Jordan said. 25 episodes. We're growing. We appreciate your feedback. Pull up your fantasy real quick, Jordan, so we can see who's winning, because I have a feeling...
The week's not over yet because there is a second game week, but...
I have a feeling my boy Adam Barrett's still winning. Should have been better prepared for this. Guess what? Adam Barrett still winning. Sitting on 78. 1,570 points.
I'm on 95 this week with Hart.
Ooh.
Yeah. Slowly kind of reeling in. I'm 8th in the league right now.
Ooh.
It's Chris Fullerton. Is that your man?
That is my father.
Yeah, he's doing pretty
Top
well.
6. He's going to Europe. Going to Europe. Which is absolutely insane because I'm 64th.
And Jason's rising too.
Jason has come on strong.
Yeah, he's got the triple captain out this week as well.
Shout out to my boy J Money.
Yeah, Bruno Dos Tres.
When he's not running $1 million.
That's a great name.
It is Bruno Dos Tres. When he's not running $1 million company, he's succeeding in fantasy. So top 4, he's got a Champions League spot. But the first 3 remain: Adam Barrett, Kyle Hamilton, Aiden Thorne. It's getting tight at the top. Aiden Thorne's got 100. He's the only person I see in the top 15.
He's still got Trent, if he plays, Salah and Gakpo to play, so we'll see.
All right. Wish you guys all the best. Good luck to your teams this week in the FA Cup. Other people's team will be in Dubai doing their little mid-season break. But, thank you for joining us. Thank you for rocking with us 25 episodes. Stay Irie.